Howdy folks, I don't know if you've noticed in the last couple of videos what I've done. I've took a moment just to have a little bit of a chat, do a few comments and what have you. If you don't want me to do this anymore, I won't do it, because it does waste a bit of time. If you'd rather I just got on with the restoration, then I can do that. But I just thought it'd be nice just to give you guys a mention, because it was you lot that got me over the line, and especially is why I'd like to say a big thank you to Danny's Diecast Disasters, because he actually put a link to my channel in his description of his Corvette video. So thanks again, Danny, for that. You got me over the line with that. I mean, the night I didn't realise you did it until I watched one of your videos, the video with the Corvette, and I saw it. You give me a mention at the end saying Bob Willis and all that, and I thought, hey, what's going on here? And then not long after that, after I watched it, because I watched it, I think, not long after you put it up, and my old phone was dinging all night with people subscribing. So thanks for that, Danny. I appreciate that very much. I know I sent you an email thanking you, but I thought I'd thank you on screen as well. Anyway, like I said, if you don't want me to do these comments, I won't do them anymore, everybody. I can just get on with the restoration. But anyway, while I'm here, I'm going to do it for you now. This is mainly for the GXL video, the Cortina. John Blackburn. Hello Bob, fabulous restoration. Just looks so real. Little bit of black paint on the bottom, it looks like a welded patch. Yeah, well, I wasn't going to bother going all through it again to get rid of that. I thought it was not that too bad, noticeable. Anyway, thanks for congratulating me on the 1,000. Bill Bailey again. Bob, the 1K subscriptions was always there. Well, I didn't think it was at the beginning, but thanks again, Bill. Congratulations again. Thanks for congratulating me. Jesus, I hope I haven't pronounced that right. Jesus Gonzalez. Hola. Well, that's hello, I suppose. Hello, amigo. Bob, nice casting. Add one 4-door sedan red. Take care. Thanks again, Jesus. Margaret Nightingale. Thanks again for your congratulations. You used to have you had a Mark 1 Escort, that's right. Same colour as what I've done this Cortina. Thanks again for your nice comments. Chris Smith, thank you for your nice comments. Nice recovery, turned out nice in the end. Tim Zinnick, brilliant job as always, Bob. Thank you very much. Thanks for congratulating me on the 1,000 again. Another one. RDK Metal Motor, nice custom. Thanks again for congratulating me on the 1,000 mark again. Brian Stuthers again from Thailand. You always leave me nice comments, I appreciate that. You've congratulated me on the 1K as well. Cayenne is a shank. I hope I've said it right this time, Ben. Congratulations again. Thanks everybody. Adore Endure. He's on about the A-pillars on the Cortina. Put a bit of solar on it next time. I've tried solar, but it doesn't seem to want to stick to diecast. If there's anybody out there, just in the comments leave me a way if you can do it, if you can solar this stuff, because I have tried it and I just can't get anywhere with solar in it. It just all falls off. I've tried flux, everything. So that's why I go to the super glue and the baking powder sort of route, because it always works. Ian Hull, you had a Mark III 1600 dark blue one. Well, yeah. They were nice cars in the day, I must admit, but they were rust buckets. I've got to tell you that. They were definitely rust buckets. But I mean, if you did have a good one, then, well, you was lucky. Anyway, that's the Cortina. The police minivan, I'm glad you all like that video. I did, like I said I was going to. I did include a box making on that as well. And the program, I did apologise. The program I used to screen, because the last time I'd done something like a box, I actually set me iPhone up to film the computer screen. And I thought there's got to be an easier way than this. And apparently you can get these screen recorders, you know, to record it with your computer. And I didn't know at the time, you know. I've never gone into any of that. But I've actually got a better screen recorder now. I've got the Filmora one, what I use to do me video editing. So this next time you see me doing anything on the computer, like boxes or decals, I'll probably be doing decals in this video actually, because I've got the Filmora one now, and it works, and I ain't got no watermark across the screen, like, you know. So this is a better one. So the next time you see me on the computer bit, it'll be no writing on it. So anyway, the police minivan. Thanks for your comments, folks, on that one. Glad you all liked it. Jeff Baker, nice restoration. Keep up the good work. Maryland, USA again. Yeah, I don't mind mentioning. Yeah, like I said, I'm glad I'm reaching out to all over, really. You know, Francis Palmer. The black looks better than the blue. I think it does actually. It's a better. It defines it a bit better. I think the black looks better than, because the dark blue looks black anyway in certain lights. Constantino Rizzi. Nice job. Greetings from Canada. Hello Canada. Greetings from Devon. Rummy Dan. Great job once again. Where do I get the boxes to print? Well, look, quite a few people's asked me this, and it's a DVD. That's all it is. It's a DVD, what you can buy on eBay quite easily. And all I've done is added to mine what I've got, because some of the boxes aren't on the DVD, and all I've done really is like the police minivan box. I don't think that one's on there. And what I did is I bought one from DRB, and I copied it, scanned it to get the size, but the actual pictures on it is different than what they printed on it, if you know what I mean. Because I put the actual image in me photo suite, and I've got pictures of the original box I've got off the internet, you know, on Google search or whatever, and I've got the actual original, and I've pasted them over what they printed. So the box I've got now, what I've sort of touched up, is better than the one what I bought. So that's why it looked a bit better when I've done it. But you can do that, you know. I mean, all you got to do is go on, search on Google for Corgi box. Just write down what model it is, and go to images, and you've got boxes like, you can just, if you get a nice straight one, you can copy that image and paste it over the actual template you've got and save it, and then it'll be a better copy than when it comes out. But that's how I do it. I mean, people got loads of different ways. Anyway, let's get on. There's nothing through here. Anthony Bellini, wonderful restoration. He's on about he's having trouble getting parts. He usually gets them from out of the UK or Australia, but he's trying to find somebody in the United States. Well, you know, what can you do? I mean, the only place I get them really is here in the UK, is model supplies, like I said. So a lot of people's asking me things like that. You know, where am I getting my rivets? They keep asking the same question, and it's doing my head in. In the description below, read it. It says models for spare parts, model supplies. You know, just read that. I mean, that's the only place I go. So I can't tell you any different in the comments. I'm getting the same question over and over, like where do I get lights, where do I get anything, like parts, tyres, anything. I mean, there is a bloke on eBay that does sell tyres, but all my parts, I always get them from Model Supplies here in the UK. Steve Flowers. Morning there, great Bob. Good video. Where do I source my box templates from, please? As I've said, it's a DVD. It's quite easily available. Bill's Diecast Customs. Thanks for watching my videos, mate. Bill Bailey again. Oh, another great video. Where did you buy your headlights? And well, I'm not going to go any further with that. I just said, Mr. 77 Malibu. What a great showpiece for any collection. Yeah, it is. It did come out nice in the end. Mr. Malibu, wherever you're from. Sounds very exotic. You probably live up the road. But anyway, Andrew Field, enjoying your videos and commentary. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little bit of commentary, but you know, if you haven't, it's too late now because I've done it. But like I said, if anybody wants me to, would rather I got on with the restorations, then so be it. I can do that. You know, I can forget about all this rigmarole. Anyway, let's have a look at today's restorations. I've got two of these. This is what I've got down the Antiques Collector's place. This is some of the others what I got, and it's only a Dinky Bedford. It's a Kodak van, Dinky Bedford Kodak van, and the other one is the Ovaltine. So I'm going to do both of these in this video today. But these here, they've got transfers, so that's why I'm going to show you the transfers, how I print them on the, how I get the sizes on the computer. Because I mean, all it is trial and error. I mean, I don't know what size these has got to be. So it's just like printing them out on a normal bit of paper and getting them down. I'll take this with me into the to my little room where I print all my stuff. And then when I get the right size, I should write that down and save it, see, so that I know that I've got to print on that size all the time. If I get any more to do. But I'll show you that anyway, how to print the decals off. But anyway, without further ado, as I always say, let's get on with it. Okay then. Right, let's make a start. Now, normally, I fit rivets to these. Well, in this video, I'm going to try using screws because this is a Dinky, but you know, it is a rivet on because it's a really old one. But a lot of the Dinkies used screws, and I am getting it a bit hard to find rivets now. Although I have just managed to buy another load, but I want to try getting into the screwing together sort of side of some of these models. Because I've heard, you know, I've seen some videos they use these button-headed screws, and you could actually fill the top in and make it look like a rivet. I thought to myself. So what I'm going to do with this one, I'm just going to have an ordinary flat screw. I mean, on the other one, I've already opened the other one up, and I've managed to cut an actual thread out with the screw. These are just some screws a mate of mine gave me, and I've cut them down, but if you look, I've managed to use the actual screw because they're self-tappers. It's a self-tapping type screw, and I've cut the actual thread out of there now. So the other one, this blue one's all took apart ready to be stripped of paint. I did this before I actually started doing the video. So I'm going to do the same with the other one, because they're both identical models, and I managed to get the same colour paint. I think I've just been down my local Traco, I might as well say it, and that paint does look bright in this light, but I think when it's sprayed it's going to get nearer to this Kodak sort of colour. It might not look right now, but in the shop it looked about right when I put it up against it, unless I'm colourblind. I could be. But the blue's the nearest one, and that's a Ford Maritime blue. The actual yellow is a Ford Jasmine, but I'm hoping it's going to be near enough for this anyway. So right, let's put the paint aside and get on with this video, because I'm going to natter on all morning now. So first of all, get that out of the way. As always, we've got to screw this out, or drill this out, I should say. Screw it out. I've got screws on my brain now. So just get the top of that rivet off. This here drill's getting really bad. I don't want to know by the looks of it. I think I'm going to have to find a new drill for this battery thing. Either that or this rivet's bloody hard. Come on. Well, the other one came out a lot easier than this, folks. It's already making a dent in it, that. It's my drill. My drill bit's knackered, I think. Doesn't look the best. No, it ain't looking pretty good, is it? Right. I'm going to stop there and come back with a better drill bit. Right, so what I've done, I've actually carried on with the drill I had. Because I couldn't be bothered to take all my drill bits out. They're all buried behind a load of spray cans. And I've worked it loose and it's it will come out now. So it just tilts up like that, and you got a little bit there. Just tilts in under there, like when you want to put it back. And that's how it works. Oh, the wheels is falling off already. That I don't have to cut that one off then. File that down. Right. I'm going to drill this post out a minute, and I'm going to cut a thread into that. And the way I do it, I suppose I should do it in the vice ready, but you know me. You know what I'm like. I'll get across there a bit more. And try and get this as central as I can. This is a 2mm drill I'm using now. Need a bit more. I'll come back when I've done this because I can do it easier in my hand than showing you on. You know what I'm doing, so I'll be back in a sec. Okay then, I've actually got the hole drilled out now. Now all I'm gonna do is get my thread started. And I was told just to use a screw, and I was trying. It's the first bit, it's the hardest bit to get started, but once you've got it going, it ain't too bad. It's getting it to bloody line up, that's what you want. See, I ain't got a point on these screws anymore, I've cut them short, see? But if you hold it over your fingers, you should be able to get it to bite. Yeah, I've got a bit of a bite there now, see? It's a bit crooked, but this is the fiddliest part. This is why I never like using screws. But I haven't got a tap and dice there or anything. I'm waiting for something to come. Right, it's making its way in there now, so don't go too mad with it. Just start it off, take it out, clean it, because if you go too crazy, you're liable to snap the screw. Just do a little bit at a time. I should squirt a bit of oil in there really, but it is going in. I mean, this die cast is pretty soft metal anyway, so just keep coming back out again and then going a bit more until you get down to where you want to be. Take it out again. I've gone quite a way in there now. I'll get that piece off. It might be a bit easier. Bit of muck there, I'm going to have to. There. But it is doing it. It's starting to screw in a bit easier to start with now, see? But this is how you do it, folks. If you just keep screwing it gradually and then undo it, but don't try to do too much in one go, because if you do, like I say, the screw, depending on how strong the screw is, it could snap. Just check your threads, make sure there's no rubbish on them. Anyway, you're getting bored of this, I should think. I'm going to keep out this, and then when we come back, I'm going to straighten this base plate out, and we're going to strip the paint off. So let's get on and do that after I've done this here bit, that is. Now apparently the best way to get these off, so I've seen in other videos, is with the old Dremel thing, and get the stone on them. I don't think I need it that high, so let's give it a go. The other one just fell off. Just go around that, apparently, without touching the wheel hub, if you can help it. I don't know if you folks can see it, but I wonder if that'll do it. Soon see. He's a stubborn bugger. He's still a bit left on there. Anyway, I'm not going to film all this. I'll keep at that. Yeah, there's a little bit left there that you can see it. I'll keep at this, folks, and I'll get this off, and then we'll be back, and we'll get these stripped, get all these wheels put in the solution, get all them stripped. I've got the blue ones over here, got to go in. They can actually come off of there then, because they came off earlier on. So saying that, they don't want to come off now. That. Why does everything go wrong when I film things? For some reason, everything goes wrong when I want to film it. Come off. There. He's off. So all they wheels got to go in. And axle's got to be cleaned up. I've already done one base plate for the blue van. That's already been done. It's just been matte painted, straightened out. So that's all ready to be, put back on the model. But we've got to get this off. So let's get on and do that now, and then I'll be back and strip these two. Right, this here, to straighten this out, that's all you need. Is a pair of these pliers like that, the ones without the grip, smooth ones, and then you just compress it between, between there. Just squeeze it as hard as you can, and it does straighten out, because this is very thin metal, this is. And it will straighten it out, see? It's a lot better than it was, as you can see. That's all I do, is just keep fiddling around with it until you get it how you want it. And that's pretty straight now, that piece. It was pretty battered up, but all I do with this now is just go over this with my wire brush on the Dremel, and then spray it, and then it'll come out like that. That's all I did with that piece. Just sprayed it over with some ordinary matte. So that's all. There's nothing to strip off of this, because this is just a bare piece of metal. There's nothing really to strip off of it. There's no paint on it. There's mainly rust up. So all I've got to do is, clean that up before I paint it. But there you go. That's all you got to do with that. Right, let's get on. Right, so here we go. strip these babies. Nice hot water. Now we've got the hot water in, we just put the old caustic soda. And up it comes. Won't need a lot for this because I don't think there's a lot of paint on this, so it should come off pretty simply. Yeah, it's coming off easy. Yeah, look at that, look. No problem. So anyway, I'll let this soak for a minute, and then the next scene, it'll be all nice and shiny because I'm gonna sit out in the sun and grind all the. Give this a rinse off, obviously, in my bucket with the soapy water, and then I'm going to grind all the shells, both shells down so they're nice and shiny, ready for paint. So we'll come back and see what that looks like right now. Okay, people, I stripped them all down. They've been water brushed, but if you look at these, if you look at them, look how nice that is, and look at that. That is really chewed up. It's like it's rusted away. So I don't know whether best way is to try and file it down or smooth it over, or maybe use a bit of filler on it. I don't know what I've done with my bloody filler. That's the trouble. So I think what I'll have to do is just try and somehow file that out, because it's not looking very nice. It's right on the front as well. Apart from that, you know, it's okay. There's always something. No, I thought this was going to be a nice quick resto, but always something. But anyway, I'll clean this off. That's just going to be blackened up, a bit of matte. And what I've done with the wheels, I've cleaned all the wheels off, and I've got a nice long piece of wire to spray these on. And it's the same sort of size as the axle, so I'll put a bit of tape just to stop them, you know, touching each other. I'm hoping this will work. I'm hoping I can get this bloody tape off afterwards. That's the thing. Should be able to. But anyway, there you go. That's going to be my little wheel spraying effort. So we'll see how that works later. But let's get on and try and file this out. I don't know whether to just use the ordinary file, or suppose if you do it with a Dremel, it's going to be a bit too fierce, I think. So I can go so far. The actual undercoat, if I put an undercoat on this, that might help it a bit. It might fill it in a bit. Because when it was painted, I didn't notice this. There was a bit of paint on this bit, I think, if I remember. I don't even remember which one this is, the blue one or the yellow one. But there you go. Well, you never know. Once you've took the paint off, it's too late. Yeah, it's a bit deep, folks. I don't know if I'll get away with it. I'm going to have to try and pile it with undercoat though, because I'm not sure. I did have some humble filler if I find it. Ah, hang on, what's that there? Might be lucky. There it is, I found it. It wasn't very far after all. Don't know what sort of state it's in. I haven't used it for donkey's years. Most of the models I've had, it's been pretty good, so I haven't had to use it. But it's bloody gone off and all my luck. Oh, God. Look at the state of that. I don't think it's meant to be that colour, folks. Oh, hang on. get it to the good stuff, I might be lucky. Right, let's put a bit on there. Yeah, it looks as though we're going to get away with it. It says you're not supposed to use your fingers on this, but I don't know why. I've never had any trouble with it. Never done me any harm. Alright. Bloody stuff's going off already here. Right, we'll let that harden up. A bit more. Oh, that saucy bit. Well, we'll let that harden up, folks. Once we get the old wet and dry on that, and see how we get on. But anyway, I can always start spraying the other. What colour should we do first? We'll do the yellow one, I think. Use this one for the yellow one, because it's a better casting. And the dark blue on this one might cover that filler job I've just done up a bit once it's painted. So let's give this one a coat. Okay then, I'm letting the yellow one dry. In the meantime, this one here, it's got a bit windy outside, so I've got to do it in the doorway again. I've actually rubbed all this down now with a bit of wet and dry paper, so I'm just going to give it a quick flash over with the grey undercoat now and see any bits that I might have missed. I think this can's getting a bit empty actually. It'll be enough just to do this bit, I think. And I'm going to have to swap cans. Yeah, that can's gone, but it's enough to show me. Yeah, it does just need a little bit more rubbing down by the looks of it. You can see a few little dimples there, like. But it's not so bad as what it was. So anyway, I'll get on and rub this down a bit more, and then we'll whack a bit of colour on it. Because this is going to be the blue one, and perhaps the blue paint, the thickness of the paint might cover that up a bit more then. But it is an improvement. It's a lot better than it was. Well, there you go, folks. I've rubbed it down a bit more. I've put another bit of the old what do you call it on there, the undercoat, and it's looking a lot better. So when the paint goes on now, that should be okay. But since that, I found another little nick. There was a little nick in the bumper here, so I've just put a little bit of filler in there. I'm going to wait for that to harden up and do that, because it was like a little hole in the bumper. So I've done that as well. So I'm going to rub that down, and then we'll get this one coloured up then, put the old blue on it. Shouldn't look too bad. In the meantime, while that's drying, before I can put the colour on that, this one is dried. So we've got one of them nearly done. It's had a nice coat of lacquer as well. It's not too bad, the colour. So I'll just leave that one there for now. Now what was it I was going to do? Ah, yes, I was going to tell you about the way I do my Molotov liquid chrome. I mean, a lot of people, they actually use a pen and put it on with the pen. Well, I don't get on like that. I just can't get on with it, because just when you want some more, I'm trying to get my brush out here just to show you. Hang on a minute. Knocking everything over. Just to show you, what I do is I have a little bit of card. If I can rip a piece off here, I should have got this all ready before I started filming this, really, but well, that's me. Get a little bit of card like that, and what I do is I dab it down. I'm not going to do it now because I don't need it. I dab it down until I get like a little blob right there, because before it goes down to the tip, you get like a blob all the way around there. And then I put this in a vise. I hold this up so it's upright in the vise like that, and I just dip my brush down there in them grooves, and then paint it on and do it that way. I'll probably show you when I get to doing that, but it's a lot easier if I should actually show you myself doing it. But I'm not actually going to chrome anything up at the moment. What I'm going to do next, I might as well leave that brush out, is do the axles. You've probably seen this been done hundreds of times by numerous different restorer people, like, you know, and I ain't going to do it no different way, really. You just whack your well, I might as well put it in that way. Both ends of this here shaft here thing is worn away anyway, so you put it in like that. Get you a bit of sandpaper, switch it on, and you just do that, really. That's all you do. And that cleans your axles up. No rocket science involved in this. And there you go, nice clean axle. Just turn it around, just do the other bit. Don't need to do it too tightly enough, just so you can put a bit of sandpaper on it. Didn't have that one in straight then. But there, that's all you do. And there you go. So that's your axle all cleaned up. So I'm going to do the rest of them now. Next bit should be this one here. Paint this one up with the blue. I'll have to do it in the doorway because it's got a bit windy outside now. So it's going to be a doorway job, I'm afraid, folks. The sun is outside. It is a nice day, but the wind is picking up a little bit. So I want to get the paint on the actual model, not all over everything else. So I'm going to just do it in my doorway here, so there's a bit of cover from that. So anyway, let's get on and do that. I'm sorry, folks, I forgot to show you this. My little trick worked with putting them on the wire. I'll just get the remaining wheels off. I've got the red ones off for the Kodak van. I just remembered now I better film this bit, or a bit of it, you know, just to let you see what I've done. But all I'm doing now is just cutting off the tape, what I put in between there, that, just so I can get the wheels off, because they have all dried now. So that's all I was doing, really. Anyway, I painted that, I sprayed the van up now with the colour, and if you look at the roof, there's not a mark on it anymore. So the filling job came out alright. It's come out very nice on the roof. And I had a little pit in the bumper, that's gone. So all I've got to do now is let that dry, and he's going to be ready to go back together. So we are getting there, bit by bit. The next bit I want to do, obviously, is put these wheels back on these base plates. And what I'm going to have to do is use my little hammer, I think, as a peen as they call it, to bang the ends of the axles to keep the wheel on. I've never done it before. I'm just going to try it out, so it could end up being ruined, but we'll soon see. Folks, I have actually tried this with a hammer, but these axles are so soft they started bending, and I didn't really have a lot there to be able to get the hammer to peen it, as they call it, to bang it. You know, there wasn't really a lot there. So what I've ended up doing is I've managed to peen that side of it to get the little bit to stop it coming off, but this side I've had to put a blob of glue just to hold that wheel on there, and that'll turn with the actual axle. I mean, it ain't going to go off. It's not, you know, it's not going to fall off or anything. So that's the way I'm going to have to do it, folks. I'm ever so sorry about that, but you know, that's what happens. So I'm going to put that one on. See, this one, he's right that end. See, it ain't coming off. So all I'll do is I'll put them through, and just put a little blob of the old super glue on top of that. That's all I can do to keep it on, you know. There's not much else I can do about it. I mean, I could cut new axles, I suppose, but you know, I'm not going to be too fussy with this. As long as it's looking better than what it did to start with, that's all I'm worried about, you know. There, if I put that on there like that, that's what I've got to watch, is so it don't stick to the actual base plate, you know. That's what I've got to watch. If I just stick a bit just on top of there, I mean, that should be enough, you know. That should stop it from going anywhere, you know. As long as it actually turns. See? That's all you gotta worry about. As long as it turns, it's good enough, isn't it? And I'll do the same with the other one. I think these got a bigger piece on there, let's see. So these should be a bit easier. I'll just put it through there. But I'm not going to go using the hammer on it because, like I said, it's well, I've got a bit more there, but the trouble is these axles are bending, and that's, you know, it's not really good enough. I'm not going to go trying to bang it on there and then end up with it stuck on there and I can't get it off again to straighten the axle out. So I'll put a bit on the outside of that and then pull that wheel up a bit. It's just that one wheel, one side will be stuck on the axle, and the other side will be moving freely, but the wheels are still turn. So I mean, it ain't really gonna matter. But anyway, that's enough dribbling on. It's time to get these transfers sorted out. So let's get in and print some transfers out on me trusty old computer. Then let's print these decals out. Now, first of all, what you got to do, I've actually tidied these up a bit. Where are they? Pictures. I've tidied these up and done my own writing on them. Decals, I don't know what you want to call them. Decals, I suppose. I call them decals. Where are they? There. What I've had to do, I've got one there. Now this here, because I mean, when I downloaded the pictures of these, I got pictures on the web. I had the Ovaltine bit. When it opens up, I'll show you what I mean. Come on, open up. Hurry up. When it eventually opens up. Now, what I actually had is I had that piece there. This is my own writing here. I've gone over the original and made it look similar to, you know, writing that there is. But I had the other piece underneath. It was like one complete sticker. It didn't have two bits like this. But I can't print white, you see. And on the stickers, you got like a line goes like that, and it goes like right across on the van. and it's all white behind this. And I thought, well, I can print that on a piece of white deco paper, but the trouble is the other bit has got to be transparent. So what I've got to do is separate, make this into 2 lots of stickers. So I've got to put these on separately. So when I cut these out, they'll have the white background. But when I cut the other part out, if I show you, like the biscuits, where it says about the biscuits, there, that piece there, that's all this here behind this is transparent, it's not white. So I printed that onto a clear piece of, you know, deco paper. So what I'll do, I'll cut that sort of along there, and then I'll put the white pieces on first, the Ovaltine bit on the van, and then I'll cut these pieces out and put them underneath. But they'll show the colour of the actual van behind them, whereas the other one won't. But with this one here, I've got the Kodak ones. They're actually transparent behind that, so I printed them on a piece of transparent deco paper, so when they come out they'll just go straight on as they are. So what you do is what you've got to do is try and get the right size of these things. And all I do is I click the old print button, and you get another page comes up eventually, like that. I put it to portrait, so that you got to know which way the feed is. That's the bit that comes out the printer first, this piece. And then what I do is I go to custom, and I sort of shrink this down like this, and try and sort of get it maybe a bit more. And then what I'll do then is I'll print that piece out, and then sort of put it up against the van and see if it will go on the van properly. And if it doesn't, then I'll shrink it a bit more if it's too big, move it across a bit, put the same bit of paper back in, print it again until I get the actual size I need. And then which I have now, I've done all that off camera because it takes ages sometimes to do that. But I have actually got the right size of that now. So what I do then is go to custom again, and on this here, if I change that to centimetres, I've found out it is 3 centimetres on the height, and then you click the other box like that, and then that is the size it is meant to be. So then what I'll do, I print that on a piece of paper, A4, and then after I've printed that out, I should cut a piece of deco paper out and stick it over the top of that, like that, and then feed this bit of paper back into the printer, so when it prints it next time, it'll be exactly on that piece of deco paper. Instead of putting a sheet of deco paper in and wasting half the sheet, you can cut out pieces that you need and put it over where you want to print it, and then you're only wasting a piece of A4 ordinary paper, which is cheap as chips to buy anyway. And like I said, I've done that one. These two here, I've found the measurements of these as well, and I've actually printed them out. So what we're going to do now is print the decals out, and all you do for that is go onto your print, put it into portrait mode up there, and then I go to change settings, and I'll have it on photo quality inkjet, which is what you meant to have it on for that, for doing decals. And then you go down to custom, and then change that to centimetres, just drag it down to the centimetre bit, and I found out the height of this is 1.79 centimetres. 1.79. Then just click in the other width box, just click it, and that will adjust accordingly. And then you've got the right sizes for the size of the van, see? And then I'll click print on that, and then that'll print off on my deco paper. So that's printed. Let's print that one off, and then we go do the same measurements with that one. This one is going to be the same again. This is the bit that goes underneath the Ovaltine piece. So when it eventually opens up, there it is. Change out the portrait, change settings, or cassette, that's alright because I'll feed it back into where the paper goes again. Photo quality, OK, then custom again, change out the centimeters, and change out to 1.79, same as what the other bit was, and just click the width box, then that'll go down to that size. And I'll put that other piece in and print that piece, and just go on like that. So anyway, that's how you do it. I shall show you the printed pieces in a minute. So let's get on and do that now. Let's get out of this. There you go. Okay, right. Once we've printed that, I've left the printer settings as they are, and all I've got to do now is put a piece of I'm doing this one-handed here. I've got some white decal paper, so I'll cut a piece out and put over that, and then feed this back through the machine again, and then it'll print onto this decal paper, because you don't waste so much doing it that way. And with the other bit, I'll put arrows on it, as you can see, so I know which way to put it in. And then this piece here, I've got to use clear, so I've got to cut a piece of the I've got clear decal paper there. Cut a piece of that out and put over that, stick it on there, feed it back through the printer, and then print that again. It's took me a while to get the right sizes to this, but I have got the right sizes now. So I've written them down to remember for when I've got to do anything like this again. And as you see, that's what you end up with. So now all I've got to do is take them off the paper, get these lacquered up, and then we can get them stuck on the van. But I won't be doing that today because these need to dry overnight. So we'll see how they look on the vans in the next clip. Right then, I've cut these stickers out now. I'm gonna start putting them all on now. So there's a nice bit of cloth to rest the model on. I think I'll do the bottom ones first, get them lined up. And hopefully they come out black on them. They don't come out of the original colour, but that's the trouble when you print your own decals sometimes. I have actually I've had this problem before when putting a, like a red decal on a dark background. Sometimes it sort of overpowers the actual, the red. I don't know what sort of ink they use. I suppose they're laser printed, all these bought ones, what you buy. But oh, it'll do. Like I said, I'm not being too fussy with this. It's gonna have to do, I'm afraid, as it is. I don't know where this white one's gonna come out. Oh, it ain't too bad actually, the white one. Yeah, that's not too bad. A few dabs through the old tissue, and well, there you go, folks. That's not too bad, is it? I'll get the other side done, and we'll come back and we'll paint the front up a bit. Right, so as I was saying, what I do is I dab the pen with my Molotov pen. I can't get on with using the actual tip, and then as you can see, doing that, you get a nice big blob on the top of the pen like that. So all I do then is put it in my vise, not too tight, just hold the pen, and I get my brush, if I can find it. It's in here, my little humble box I've got here, and then I just get a bit of paint on the end of the brush there, and there we go. We can start painting the model. Like I say, you don't have to do it that way, but I find it easier doing it that way because it gives you a bit more control as well with a brush, you know. I find it's a lot easier to do with a brush. And there's our red lights done. And then I'll just paint the rest of this up. Get another dab. I'm going to go right in there with this stuff. Anyway, I'm sure you don't want to see me painting all of this. I think what I'll do, I'll just carry on with this off camera, and then we'll next time we come back, because I've screwed it all together now. It's only a screw. It's pretty straightforward to screw these together. It's nothing special, no rocket science involved. Anyway, like I said, we'll come back and look at the finished article on the old turntable before and after. Right, this is what we started off with. A couple of beat up old Dinky Bedford vans, the Kodak van and the Ovaltine van. A bit scratched and, well, worn, new decos were needed, and then after we've done our work, this is what we ended up with. Nice new paint jobs, both come out pretty good I think. Printed the own decos on this one, decals, decos, I don't know how you meant to say it, but anyway, I'm quite happy with how it's come out. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and like and share it. From me, now, that's it, until the next time, so I'll be seeing you next time, bye bye.